Good morning and happy day after Christmas. I figured why not get a shot of the Christmas tree before it comes down. So I'm not in my bathroom this morning, also because the bathroom is right next to my kids' rooms and I do not want to wake them up. It's like, I don't know, 6:40, something like that. They are not getting up yet. I, on the other hand, have been up since 4:30. I try to get up at least by 5 every day just to have some me time and do my miracle morning routine. If you don't know about the miracle morning, look it up. Awesome stuff. I think I'm coming down with a cold. So, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to show you. But my house looks like a toy store threw up in it. And it wasn't one of those neat little baby kind of spit ups. It was one of those, I'm sick as a dog, this might end up in the hospital for IV fluids, vomiting. I mean, I tried to straighten up last night. Jeremy and I both. We were trying to put some semblance of order into this house. No, I need like a whole new floor of this house in order to make that happen. I'm going to try not to spin too much in my spinny chair because that might make you dizzy. It's hard not to spin in a spinny chair though. Have you noticed that? Like, you can't sit in a chair that spins and not spin. It's nearly impossible. So we had an awesome Christmas. Hope you did too. I am definitely needing this morning though. Oh, bulletproof coffee, you guys. This is where it is at. But I wanted to have a little serious note here. We were a foster family. And I had a pretty meaningful conversation with my foster daughter on Christmas Eve night. And I had a few insights into this world of fostering that, even though we've been in it for almost 4 years, I haven't thought about before. So, our kids still see their birth family pretty often, at least a couple times a month. And so they've seen them a little bit more often, with Christmas coming up. And, sorry, past, never mind. You know what I mean. And we were having some major behavior issues with the two older ones, but more so with the oldest. And so Christmas Eve that night was so bad, like really bad. And she was getting ready for bed, and I was giving her a hug and her kiss and telling her good night. And I just kind of stopped and I said, I've noticed that it's hard for you after you see your birth family. And I said, well, why do you think that might be? And it was immediate tears. And the thought was, it makes me sad when I see my birth family. And I said, okay, well, what exactly makes you sad? And she said, you guys, I about lost it. She said, kids are supposed to be with their parents. And my parents are, and she listed the names. And she said, I should be with my parents because kids are supposed to be with their parents. And I'm not, I'm with you. Oh, Lord, you guys, it took everything in me not to break down and cry right there with her in the floor. So when I was realizing that she was really super upset, and she was being open and honest with me in a way that she's not been before. So I took her up in my lap, and I'm sitting there holding her as she cries, and I'm trying to comfort her and saying all the things that you're supposed to say, like, you're really so blessed. Most kids just get one family, though, and you've got 2 families now, and both of those families love you. And but that's not making her feel better. But I had this sort of insight that it's easy for me to take on a mothering role. I mean, I've been doing that for a while now. My oldest is 8, and even before that in-home daycare. So I've kind of been in that role for a long time. It is, as most of us moms do, we tend to mother all children. So that wasn't a hard transition for me. For her, it was totally opposite. And that was a good thing for me to remember. Also, I've noticed that when that feeling of sadness that she has, she tends to seek out correction that will make her sadder. Like, she almost purposely, her behavior gets so awful to the point where she has to have consequences that makes her sad. So then she cries over that. And which is annoying to me sometimes. I'm like, if you're sad, why do things that make you sadder? And then I had this morning, as I was sitting having some quiet time during my miracle morning, I was like, duh, you idiot. Do not we all do this? I mean, even as adults, grown adults, don't we do this? Like, if something makes us sad, we tend to kind of sit and marinate on it, right? Or we go watch a sad movie, or we read a sad book, things that make us cry. It's like we need to have that release of crying. So you outwardly, you intentionally seek things that are sad, even if it's not necessarily conscious. You tend to do this. And everyone around you is like, what are you doing? You're already upset. Why are you doing this? But we tend to do that. And it takes a great amount of effort to, okay, I'm sad right now. What is it that I can do to, have a counter reaction? How can I feel happy? Tend to not do that. And so, of course my child is going to do the same thing. And so trying to find that balance of, I need to address the behavior in some way because it's not okay and we need to address it somehow, but yet understanding why that behavior is there. That's a fine balance that's really hard to find. But it really helped me a lot. And I think I need to talk with her more about those kind of things. I tend to not, because I'm afraid it's going to make her more upset sometimes, and also because it makes me upset. It hurts me to hear her hurt, and so sometimes I avoid that, but I think that it's a good thing. It's always a good thing to talk stuff out. So I learned, light bulb, I learned that I need to seek out those conversations with her a little bit more often. And I was just reminded of how blessed we are, though. Even with all of the past baggage that comes with our kids, and we don't have to deal with just, issues right now, but we're dealing with things from the past, and it's hard on these little guys. And even with all of that, we are just so blessed, and I'm so thankful for our family and the way God has just overly blessed us. So I hope you're feeling blessed this holiday season. And if you're not, I'm going to share with something with you that I've shared with my network marketing team this morning. So if you're feeling super hollow this morning, everyone gets those post-holiday blues. So if you're feeling yuck and hollow today, think about this. You've probably been investing a lot in other people this holiday season. So take a few moments, or more than a few, and invest back in yourself, because you can't keep pouring into other people when your jar is empty. So fill up your own pitcher and take care of you today and fight those winter post-holiday blues. And I'm going to sit here and finish drinking my coffee before my kids wake up. And before I have to clean up this disaster of a house. Oh. So, again, happy day after Christmas, and I'll see you next time.